Because I have embodied language, I have my own take on humor. And so humor looks very different from my point of view. And my point of view of embodied language has to do with the fact that I listen to myself. And yeah, the point of view of what people consider to be humor, yeah, stand-up comedy, is based on disembodied language. So we've never talked about this. So since I'm the only one that can talk about it, I talk about it, okay? So let me just read what I just wrote about this because it is really interesting. Comedians are, because of their disembodied language, people pleasers. They want to make you laugh, while they themselves are miserable. The more depressed they are themselves, the better they usually are at making other people's laugh, because they are so motivated to forget about themselves. I am probably the first person to ever say, with my embodied language, yeah, that it is like this. Because I refuse to make you laugh. And because I happen to be a very happy person. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Why would a happy person try to make others laugh? Yeah, have you ever wondered? I cannot conceive of myself ever wanting to do that. I have very good reasons why I don't even want to make you laugh. Yeah? Yeah, just listen up here, because I have really good reasons why I don't want to make you laugh. If I were to try to be funny, you wouldn't get my sense of humor. Now, is that a good reason or not? It's not that my humor isn't any good, but it's because you really can't stand laughing about yourself. I've said so before, and I'll say it again. Laughing about others is old school. Yeah. It isn't even funny. It never really was. But because you never got to laughing about yourself, you just believed that you were having fun. Humor is not a belief. You don't laugh because you believe that it is funny. That's not why you laugh. As a matter of fact, your real laughter, which of course is laughing about yourself, goes against any belief. And it goes also, of course, against beliefs that you have about yourself. That you aren't funny, or that you can't be funny, and that you need a miserable person to make you laugh, because your phony laughter proves you are not as miserable as them. I think that's really great. Yeah, you have to maybe replay it and then you maybe get it, because it's kind of hard to get, but you got to sort of sit with it for a little bit. With me, it is very different. Quite possibly, I am the only comedian who doesn't try to make anyone laugh. I think it's just brilliant. It's a new and necessary phenomenon. You really need to be weaned off of laughing about others. Grow up. Start laughing about yourself. It is a matter of growing up and taking humor to the next level. Your ability to laugh about yourself is really not as bad as you believe it to be. It is bad, but not that bad. What I'm saying is, you can always, if you give yourself permission, at least laugh a little bit about yourself. This is where you must start. Be patient, it will become bigger. But you need to give it your attention. How is your own sense of humor with regard to laughing about yourself going to grow if you never pay any attention to this possibility? You haven't. Until now, you have never considered it, because you were basically only allowed to laugh about others by yourself and by your disembodied language. I get it. You didn't want... You were only allowed to laugh about others, right? Okay, I get it. You didn't want the sad comedians to feel bad about themselves, But the truth is, your so-called laughter about others makes you an enabler. Yeah, you haven't considered that one too. You are an enabler. You have never looked into this, but you enable the comedian, the miserable comedian, yeah, who's making you laugh. You enable that comedian to continue with his or her attention demanding behavior. That's what you do. You condone the fact that they are always demanding your attention, these so-called comedians. And this is really no joke. I mean, this is very serious. These so-called jokes were a cover-up for the comedian's neediness. And you feel presumably a little better than him or her because you aren't supposedly not as needy. As a matter of fact, this kind of proves my point, yeah, it proves my point that you can actually laugh at yourself a little bit if you give yourself permission. Yes, you must give yourself permission because the comedian, they would never give it to you. Yeah, so they're very strict. You have to laugh about them. He or she wants you to laugh about him or her. And once you start laughing about yourself, you put them out of business. And you confront them with their misery and their negativity, which they always dump upon you in the name of humor. That's what they do, you know. Besides, your laughter about yourself, no matter how small and hesitant, it is always superior than any do as you are told humor, which is, as I was saying, no longer working because you have started to feel a little better about yourself. Okay.